already. So let's examine what the Germans did the last turn. They pushed towards the Lenin line, a bit north of Novgorod, and they're now gathered here in force. And in reply, I have sent out a few divisions in front of the line, in front of Leningrad itself, to prevent them from swinging north and trying to assault the city directly. So now they can either try to push through my forces here to the northeast, or they will have a few skirmish divisions outside the fortification line to the northwest. My main worry in this sector might be the Kronstadt fortress, which only has 5 defense factors. So I really need to get a proper unit in there. I only have a naval infantry brigade there. And even the Oranienbaum coastal fortress is not very strong, even though it has a very high fortification factor. It's one of 2 proper forts in the game, Sevastopol and Oranienbaum. I was actually considering evacuating Tallinn and get these forces in there instead. But for now, well, just it's too far for them, I think, to push in here and grab it. Main sector of worry for the Soviets is Veliki Luki, which is comparatively to the German strength and the Soviet strength, it's probably the weakest sector of the front. And they have a very strong bridgehead across the river here, and some of my divisions here are fairly banged up. But I got a lot of reserve divisions on the map this turn, and I have quite a few that will deploy back behind here in the forests for next turn that I can send in as reinforcements. But I'm pretty sure the Germans will do some decent damage on me in this sector. I actually gave Budyonny a few heavy artillery pieces. And maybe he can get some use out of them. We'll see in the combat. Actually, I think I'll slow down the combat resolution message delay a bit. See if this is a good 5 and 6, see if that's a good setting. For the 3rd week in a row, the Germans left Smolensk open, so I just put a unit in there. Pretty terrible AI scripting, if you ask me. Now, the 19th Army here, we have a fairly decent leader. He's not great or anything, but many of his divisions have taken quite substantial losses, so there's a lot of weak forces in this sector. But they are mainly a delaying army, and they've done their job very well, slowing down the Germans at Smolensk for 3 weeks. And meanwhile, I moved up the elite 20th Army a bit, so now we have 4 divisions even closer. And maybe if there's a breakthrough here, I can even launch a counterattack with these strong divisions back here. In the Western Front sector, I was considering moving up to the Desna river line, snagging these 2 nice swamp hexes here. But seeing all the armor coming down here southeast, instead of pushing through the highway to Moscow, I decided to hold back. I didn't quite have the forces to do that and feel secure. I wouldn't have any second line, and they wouldn't be in fortifications. So like distance and the current fortifications is what I'm trusting on to hold this. Unfortunately, I don't have a lot of reserves deployed behind back here to reinforce this line. Actually, I think I put some of them out here. But this is actually turning out to be a very weak sector towards Moscow when I see all these forces moving down there. But I haven't really done what I should do in this sector this turn, to be honest. I realized that right at the end of the turn when I finished all my moves, etc. In the Bryansk sector, I have just deployed to try to contain these panzers, the bridgehead over the river here. The good thing is that this turn I managed to get a good leader, Pavel Ryabalko. He's a tank leader, tank commander, and now he is in command of these reserve tank forces. We can actually check how many tanks he's got. He's got almost 600 tanks. So these divisions aren't great, but they're in these, I mean, they're not very strong, but they're in decent condition. They're rested up and on reserve, and at least it's a secondary line with zonal control when these front infantry divisions take damage and fall back or retreat or rout. And nothing's changed in the what I call the Chernigov sector here. I just have my little skirmish line here. But now we see a lot of German divisions heading through the Pripyat marshes towards this sector here. I don't know what to do, but I'm trading space for time and taking advantage that the AI is so slow moving up his infantry units here. Kiev has fallen finally. There are no Soviet Red Army forces remaining in the sector. And there's a huge gap in the front, but they don't have any motorized forces to push ahead, so it's just gonna take them a while to get anywhere threatening me. More interesting though is in the very south, in the Dnipropetrovsk sector. The German tank units, they decided to all abandon the north of the Dnieper and go south. And luckily I had a few forces on the north. Well, their front headquarters is all the way back here, almost at Baku. Well, it's the North Caucasus military districts, but I don't have enough. Well, maybe I could put them under the southern front. That would be closer. Maybe I should have done that, but we'll go with this. So they have some decent infantry, and they have the major river of the lower Dnieper to hide behind, and they have these two towns, Zaporozhye and Dnipropetrovsk. I hope I'm saying that okay. As kind of two cornerstones and the river line. So even though they're not very strong and they don't have a second front line, I'm just hoping this will help, because honestly, he threw me off, and that's what the Panzers can do. They can just change sector, and he has some infantry following up behind her. And I took advantage of him leaving north of Dnieper and reoccupied these provinces here. And the third army, the purple army is here, has a lot of banged up divisions. So they're grateful to have respite and rest up and refortify this Kremenchug small river, the Psel river, I guess it's called. And there are two divisions here. Actually, it's only the 9th Panzer Division and an infantry regiment here that I managed to run in my anti-tank brigade, which is motorized, so it has a lot of movement factors. But even though it has 10 movement factors left, that's not enough. Well, I could get out to this hex, but a sock to sock movement, I couldn't get back across the river north, which was my plan. I just wanted to take the hex and isolate. They're encircled, so they're not going to be able to get supplies next turn. But their supply situation isn't bad. They're very strong with a 10 defense, so I really don't feel like attacking them unless I manage to isolate them for a turn, which I will not, because this anti-tank brigade will just get crushed by the approaching German forces. But I thought it was worth isolating them, and I did not realize it was going to cost more than 10 movement points to get back across the river. But I still think it's worth it, even though I'm going to take a lot of losses on these units. But this line is fairly strong. Well, so now the Germans have decided to push where I'm not as strong. So that was pretty genius of the German AI player, I suppose. Maybe he just figured I was too strong up here with my two tank armies, the 12th and the 10th, the orange units. But all in all, I feel pretty good. I hope they don't establish a bridgehead on this part of the river, the north-south running part. If they try to push up north, I'm less concerned because they have a double and even, well, it's not a triple line, but almost. But I had to abandon all my fortifications, building projects around Kharkov and south, and just send these forces to the front. Otherwise, I would have been too weak to even mount a credible defense. Enough about that sector. Let's move south again. We have two small Romanian cavalry brigades scouting across the Dnieper, and I have nothing to stop them, but I have reinforcements coming from their reserve next turn. So they are not going to be strong enough to make they can't do anything offensively with the forces I got coming in here. I decided to pull back from the Dnieper and just defend the entrance to the Kerch here now. I don't have enough forces to mount a forward defense, so I have 3 mountain divisions in this sector, and they're all on refit. I realized, yeah, I guess. Is this gonna be strong enough to stop the Germans advancing here? Is that the 11th army? It is. It's the 11th army. I don't know, but I'm hoping to slow them down. And I have 2 infantry divisions deploying to the Kerch Peninsula next turn. We'll see if that will be enough. So that makes me wonder, my 4 divisions in Odessa, is that overkill considering 1, 2, 3, 4 Romanian divisions? You know, maybe I'll pull one of these divisions out there, but instead I sailed, what's it called? I naval transported in the 26th Army under a very bad leader, Kostenko. But better than no army headquartered there at all. We'll see if I'll remain with 3 or 4 divisions here or not, if I can afford that. And there are no counterattacks, unfortunately, so I have nothing exciting to show you this turn. I just realized that maybe I should have taken all my tank units, put them on the front and attack this, but I guess they're better off staying in shape and being on reserve in the secondary line. That's what I did, at least. I think that's about it for turn 8, really. Unless I've forgotten. You know, it's easy that you forget reinforcing units that pop up in the back of the map and you don't realize they're there and you don't rail them forward. But all in all, I feel things are going fairly well. My guess is that we'll see heavy attacks around here. Veliki Luki, and we'll see what happens. So if you're not interested in seeing the German AI do its moves, I will see you in the next one. And if you want to see what happens here, I'm just going to make a final save. I can't remember if I did that. And here we go. Right, maybe, okay, no, wait. I will zoom in, because I'm not sure if the zoom remains through the zoom level remains through the combat phase. So when we're zoomed in at max, we will be able to see a bit more. Okay, I am sending in more supply for the Germans to capture in Smolensk, of course. Oh. And see what happens. So my depots are a bit far behind the front line. Oh, I forgot there is an autosave here now. Okay. They're building forts. They're doing all this stuff and it's going very fast, so I can't see what's going on, but it's all this compressed pile of database. Wow, yeah. Repair depots, priority factory repair, air bases, factories repair, depot freight movement, they're building generic ground elements. Move for economy. Yeah, the resources are moving around on the map. Not on the map, but in the different construction pools. This is all done under the hood, so you can check it out, but you can't do anything about it really. It just happens automatically. Okay, what happened there? Black screen for a while. Add HQ support to units. So now the AI is positioning his support units, which is like artillery and Stugs and engineers, Nebelwerfers. That's Werfs Nebel. Recover disabled manpower, change leaders, stuff like that. So now is the German air phase, and the sound you hear is from scouting. 4 flak losses, 8 flak losses. I know the Soviets have a bit of a scarcity with the scout planes, recon planes. I don't think the Germans, I think Germans have a lot more than they need. Alright, that's what happened with my, yeah, I lost almost half its strength and all of its artillery. So that was quite expensive, as expected. Maybe not my smartest move in the game so far. So he attacked my southernmost position. Oh boy, I hope this holds. South of Novgorod, which has it's swamp. It was scouted. Good. They lost 200. We lost 500. That's not a good. And they lost 28 bombers. We lost 155 bombers and 35 fighters. Oh my god. That's a horrible air combat there. And they're attacking again. Now with a Polizei SS infantry division. Yeah. This delay. I slowed this down so we can examine a bit more. Oh, and it routed. We lost 1,300 troops and the road to Novgorod is open. That's not good. Are they finally gonna reach Tallinn? Taking their time. Okay, they're attacking the forward Lenin line. This is not the main line, this is just the forward line. Yep, we held. I'm fairly sure we have 2 divisions versus their 1 division. But here, as you can see, they have 2 heavy howitzer battalions and a gun battalion attached to the 209th Infantry Division. And they're attacking again, this time with another division, but we're holding them off well. We lost 24 fighters and 8 bombers. They lost 6 fighters. Jesus, the Red Air Force is bleeding. Ouch. 34 fighters, 10 bombers lost. Ooh, 500 to 250. That's fairly good. 1 to 2. We held. Can we hold it again? Come on. 800 troops lost. I think so. Barely. We held them barely. 2 to 1. We have to retreat. Pretty sure it's gonna come a big attack at the end. Oh, we stopped them at 50 meters range, losing 1,400 troops. They only lost 200. Ouch. These attacks are really strong. Okay, only 55 losses. He didn't get any support units. Okay. 11 losses. Their attacks are getting weaker. Well, this is going well. Reasonably well. Oh, 45 meters! And we held 200 losses to 400. Okay, that's good. they lost twice as many as we did. And I don't know how many attacks they've done here, but these divisions are surely heroes of the Soviet Union by now. Yeah, okay, look at this. No losses to us and 200 to the Wehrmacht. Great. I hope they're running out of movement points so they can't make any more attacks. Panzer Division going in, no tank losses. And barely... Oh yeah, 8 tank losses. I guess... Okay. This is a new hex, isn't it? 400 losses to 67 losses. Manstein, you're not doing well today. I'm okay with these losses. 48,000 men attacking. That was a big one. That was 3 attacks. 3 divisions attacking, I think. That was their big push. And we held everywhere, didn't we? We held at Velikiluki. 600 losses. I'm very happy to see that. 60-40. We held again. 2-1 losses. Look at this. We have a lot of artillery supporting us. We got good activation rolls. Because that leader isn't that great. I don't have a great leader commanding this sector. Held again. Excellent. 3 held results, and we're getting good combat results here. Ouch! We had to retreat on the last combat, losing 3,600. Okay, so when the retreat comes, you get the great losses. Ouch. Okay. They're attacking Velikiluki itself. Ouch! We retreated, losing 3,000. Okay, so okay, this is not good at all. Not good. They pushed us out. I didn't expect them to take the town itself this turn. Not good. I knew they were gonna push hard. This is pretty bad. Okay, now at least we're holding them northeast of the city. Yes, come on. Werfer battalions, Panzerjäger battalions, Pioneer battalions, Stug battalions. They threw everything at us, but still we're holding on. Okay, we even managed to hold here, I think. In the southern part. Okay, that's great. Maybe this is too slow. No losses. Good. Good job. He's attacking with a single regiment. 39 combat value. I don't think that's a good idea to do. Lots and lots of support units that we're still holding. I don't think this division is a great division, but he's done a very good job. And is that inside? No, this is... Oh, they're gonna cut off Smolensk from the... Yeah, like a semi-encirclement here. He might even encircle Smolensk. But we held them once. And it actually looks like we're gonna hold them twice. Oh, we got a lot of air support here, and we have no Luftwaffe. 200 bombers. Another 200 bombers. No Luftwaffe here. I'm sure they help a bit, even though they're not the best planes, but you know, better than nothing. Only 26 bombers going down in a single fight. Yay. Lots of air cover. Scouted. Another scouted result. Oh boy, Germany, you're not doing well in the center. The Smolensk sector has been a bloodbath for the Wehrmacht. Scouted. But we lose 700 troops and they lost 300. That's a bloody battle. A bit unsure why some battles are so few losses in. Another decent battle, 1-2. I mean, we're holding, We don't get as much bomber support any longer. I guess they've flown all their air possibilities. 400 losses, that's great. To our 40, 10, almost 10 to 1. Jesus. Another battle in our favor. But we retreated. We didn't take more. Okay, he must have made very good morale result, because even though he retreated, he took barely any losses at all. That's very good. And we're still holding Smolensk. Another held. No ground losses. Yeah, that's a pretty good division they are defending in this hex. He's not getting across the Kaspiva river. Kaspiva. 500 losses in Smolensk itself. Oh, wait, I missed. Okay, we retreated from north of Smolensk. Okay, but we still have a landline into Smolensk. They're not isolated yet. So if this can hold out, we're not going to be isolated inside Smolensk. Okay, we're getting so many victories. These guys gonna be guards in October or whenever. It's not possible before a certain date, I believe. No losses to 120 to 300. Come on, this is ridiculous. Nope. You're only getting past 16 panzers lost. It's pretty good. I mean, they're not lost. They can be repaired, some of them, but 12 panzers lost or lost in combat. It seems what the AI does is first it attacks with one division at a time, a lot of different small attacks, and then the last thing he does now, he attacks with 4 divisions, and then this is his major push. He loses 24 tanks and he doesn't take it. Oh, look, we had 400 tanks, so we must have had a reserve activation. So luckily in their largest attack, we managed to get some reserve tanks into the combat itself. That was lucky. I might actually check out that combat because I didn't quite see what happened there. Right. Okay. Oh, mechanized. Yeah, we got a reserve activation there. We got a mechanized division that participated in that combat. Still holding them off. Only a regiment attacking. No reserves, but still we're holding them off. Even losses. I guess it's gonna come a major attack now. No, not yet. 2 to 1 losses. Yep, we had another mechanized division, the 69th, reinforcing by reserve activation. We held, good. South of Bryansk. Here they come again. 18th Panzer Division. Took 3 panzer losses, that's not a lot. But we held. Again, same province. 230th Rifle Division. Oh yeah, they have an anti-tank regiment attached. Only lost 5, even though we have extra anti-tank guns. You know, maybe they don't kill tanks, but maybe they suppress them so they can't advance or fight. Routed, 2,000 losses. No. No, 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 no. Okay, come on. Bryansk itself, they're not going to be able to take it by a frontal assault, I hope. But they took Veliki Luki, just like this. But they had a lot more infantry available for the assault. Now they're coming in with panzer divisions. 7 panzers lost. Ah, that's not a lot. 4 lost. We're holding on. GF von Schweppenburg isn't having any success today. Well, don't fight in the towns with your panzers. That's my advice to you. He doesn't have any infantry here, so what is he supposed to do? Okay, now we're going to the south. This will be interesting. I have no idea what's going to happen here. Oh, look at their supplies. They're all red, red, red here, the panzers. They ran out of supplies. Can you see the little red triangle in the left corner of their counters? Yeah, they didn't get through our... We get a reserve tank division, 111 tanks. So we probably hold that, this particular attack, off. $250 to nothing. That's pretty good. Bobkin isn't also only good with tanks, he's also good with infantry. And Rokossovsk as well, so they're great combined arms commanders. If you're really lucky, you can increase stats on leaders. I haven't really checked in the log if I've done that any time. I've forgotten to do that. Yeah, they're not getting across. Oh, yeah, okay. They're attacking out of their isolated hex here. And now they're swinging back north again. Well, maybe you should make up your mind, AI, if you're gonna go east or if you're gonna go north. Right? Because they're wasting fuel and supplies, fatigue and combat preparation, just moving back and forth there. I'm not super impressed with how the AI is playing here. I thought he was going to try to push across here, which was rather smart. But now he's turning back north again, just trying to retake these provinces that I took. And he's not getting across the river. He's keeping his bridgehead though, but isn't he going to take that hex and put a unit in there so I can isolate him again? And this time I might attack him. You go, Rokossovsky, hero of the Soviet Union. Poor Polish guy. I think he had metal teeth because the NKVD or KGB had just knocked out all his real teeth when he was in prison, because he was apparently a German spy, according to Stalin. Okay, Kerch, Southern Front. We're gonna see the 11th Army with their airborne or Flieger divisions. They are very strong. They have insane combat values. Oh, they're attacking Odessa. Hello. 4,000 losses, Romania. How do you like those apples? 4,000 losses again. Yeah, not going very well. $1,800 losses. And we even have some air support from Kerch. This black line, is that it? Let me know in the comments if you know. Or maybe it was the green line from Sevastopol. I don't know where they came from. Okay, so that didn't work so well. The assault on Odessa. Okay, now we have some German regiments here as well. And that was it. I'd say Definitely most of the time it went the Red Army's way again, but there were a few retreats and routes and heavy losses and not breakthroughs but advances, but relatively few. Why are they sending supplies to the Romanian border? I have no idea what they're doing, but it is just some Hungarians here sending supplies there. I don't know why. So just let's just like take a very quick look at that one combat up at around Smolensk, if I can remember where it was. Before we end this stream. The AI is working again, going through his execution of stuff to do. Alright, I think if I click this ground combat button here, maybe I can't remember because we held all these. Scout retreat, was it this? No. We can examine the last combat in Veliki Luki. Wait. Oh. There were only one attack against Veliki Luki. And they attacked with only two divisions, that's it, from different corps. You know, we had 159 combat value, they had 420, oh my god. But they had so much attached stuff here. I don't know what, I mean, we had level 3 fortifications. Yeah, I'm very disappointed with this combat, that they managed to push us out in one single battle from Veliki Luki with a level 3 fort and two divisions, two decent divisions. That wasn't what I wanted. That wasn't the combat I tried to. Was it? Hmm. But at least we held well east of Smolensk here. Eight combats, and we held them off. Jesus. Let's check these divisions here. They have no. That's not it. 8 victories. The 129th Rifle Division has 8 wins, all from this turn. They're at 58 morale of 50 maximum national morale, so they're so confident now after throwing back the Germans 8 times in a row. And well, they're not that experienced yet, but oh my god, this division is just super high morale. That's probably the highest or one of the highest morale divisions in the Red Army at the moment. And they didn't lose that many forces either. They have around 10,000 men yet left. Uh, from the 45th Tank Division reinforcing by reserve activation. And yet we got a fairly confident retreat result, causing us I mean, the losses are nothing major. Okay, 50 tanks, half of our tanks were lost, but I guess the 45 tank division just isn't any good. We started on 98 combat factors, and it went down to 28. Is that a lot of missed leader checks that made the combat value so low? We had one fortress level, I think it's light forest, and maybe even river. I don't know. I think this is a bit. Okay, he had engineer support. Whatever. That kind of nullifies the fort, I suppose. But this is probably the weirdest battle that I saw. Now, I am not very proficient in reading and understanding the combats. There's so much going on under the hood. But, well, 1-to-1 with tank support and defending, and still we had air support, and yet we had to retreat. Anyway, I'm not gonna draw out this longer than necessary. I think the stream is already long enough. So thank you so very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.